Dear viewers and friends, welcome back to KNS Biochemistry. Namaskar. In this video session, I am going to talk about one of the area of polymer micelles, that is drug delivery applications using polymer micelles. Let us see the session now. So under biomedical applications of nanomaterials, today in this is about drug delivery application and the clinical trials for the drug. So we areas now. Drug delivery applications. So the studies on application of these polymer cells, PMs, in which we are going to trap drug. So these polymer micelles, they are for drug delivery. They have most on the following is, that is one of anticancer to treat tumors, second one drug delivery the brain to treat neurodegeneratives, and the third one is delivery antifungal agents, and the fourth one is delivery agents for diagnostic options. The last one is delivery of polypeptide therapeutics. So some of the areas we have already seen, and in this session we have to talk about formulations of antifungal agents. So antifungal agents are the drugs used to treat fungal infections. So these antifungal agents, see that they are prepared in the form of formulations using polymer micelles, and these formulations are used as antifungal agents. So the need for safe modalities for delivery of chemotherapeutic agents, like some antifungal drugs to treat systemic fungal infections in immunocompromised case like AIDS, surgery, transplant, and cancer patients. It is very useful in those people. So the challenges to deliver these antifungal drugs or antifungal agents, it includes low solubility and sometimes high toxicity of these antifungal agents. So these agents, like for example amphotericin B, it is an amphotericin B. It has low compatibility with hydrophobic cores of polymer micelles formed by many conventional block copolymers. So to increase solubilization of this antifungal drug amphotericin B, the core forming blocks used in polymer micelles is methoxy PEOB poly L aspartate. They were derivatized with stearate side chains. So because of that, you are getting a product. That resulting product is block copolymers formed micelles. So amphotericin interacted very strongly with the stearate side chains of the core of the micelles, polymer micelles, resulting in efficient entrapment of the drug, that is antifungal drug, inside the core of the micelles, and subsequent sustained release, that is slowly releasing, sustained release in the external environment. As a result of solubilization of amphotericin B in the micelles, the onset of hemolytic activity of this drug towards bovine erythrocytes, it was delayed relative to that of the free drug. So if amphotericin B is directly given as a free drug, it causes hemolysis, that is in bovine erythrocytes, it causes damage of erythrocytes. But if it is given in the form of polymer micelles, then you see that the hemolysis is very much delayed. So using a neutropenic murine model of disseminated candidas, it was shown that micelle incorporated amphotericin B, that is incorporated drug inside that micelle, retained potent in vivo activity. So it is having a very good in vivo activity inside the body. In vivo activity means inside the body. Pluronic block copolymers were used for this drug by the same group for encapsulation of another poorly soluble antifungal agent called nystatin. So this nystatin is another antifungal agent. So this is a commercially available drug that has shown potential for systemic administration, but at the same time it has never been approved for that purpose due to some toxicity issues. The possibility to use pluronic black copolymers to overcome resistance to certain antifungal agents has been also demonstrated. So overall, one has to expect further scientific developments using polymer micelle delivery systems for treatment of any type of or any kind of fungal infections. So in that way, that polymer micelle copolymer blocks are highly used. The side chains of the stearate is also highly used to trap the antifungal drug, and they are not giving any hemolysis side effects when they are present inside the micelles. At the same time, they are retaining their full activity in vivo. So that is the advantage of polymeric micelles. That is one of the applications of polymeric micelles here. The next one, delivery of imaging agents. Imaging agents. Efficient delivery of imaging agents to the site of disease in the body can improve early diagnostics of cancer and other diseases. Suppose you have a cancer in a particular site of your body, and these imaging agents are they are being sent to that area, and so that you can detect. The diagnosis is very important. Detect the presence of cancer or any kind of disease in that locality. So for that, imaging agents are used. So these imaging agents are again delivered with the help of polymeric micelles. So we can see the applications of these polymeric micelle entrapped imaging agents here. The studies in this area using polymer micelles as carriers for imaging agents, it was first initiated by a group of Torchelin. For example, micelles of amphiphilic PEO lipid conjugates were loaded with in and gadolinium diethyl enitriamine. That is this gadolinium diethylene triamine is actually an imaging agent. So that is used here, and it is in the form of gadolinium diethylene triamine pentaacidic acid phosphatidyl ethanolamine. That is GDDTPAPE. This is the abbreviation for this imaging agent. Then it is used for visualization of local lymphatic chain after subcutaneous injection into the rabbit's paw. So subcutaneously it is injected into rabbits, and you see that it was checked. The images of local lymphatics, that is lymphatic vessels, were acquired using a gamma camera and a magnetic resonance imager, that is NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance, or MRI scan. Both are same. So using these two, you see that the images of the lymphatic vessels that is formed. The injected micelles stayed within the lymph fluid, thus serving as lymphangiographic agents for indirect MR scan, that is MRI scan, or gamma lymphography. Another polymer micelle system composed of amphiphilic methoxy PEOB poly epsilon N triiodobenzoyl L-lysine block copolymers labeled with iodine was administered systematically in rabbits and visualized by X-ray computed tomography, that is a CT scan. The labeled micelles displayed exceptional 24-hour half-life period in the blood, which is likely due to the core shell architecture of the micelle carriers that protected the iodine-containing core. Notably, small polymer micelles, they are having less than 20 nanometer size, may be advantageous for bioimaging of tumors, that is cancer bioimaging, compared to PEG modified, polyethylene glycol modified long circulating liposomes. They are having 100 nanometer in size. In particular, the micelles from PEO disteroyl phosphatidyl ethanolamine conjugates containing in labeled model protein were more efficacious in delivery of the protein to Lewis lungs carcinoma, that is a cancer of the lungs, than larger long circulating liposomes. So overall speaking, polymer micelles loaded with various agents for gamma or magnetic resonance, NMR, and CT scan computed tomography imaging represent promising modalities for non-invasive diagnostics of various diseases including cancer. The next application is the delivery of polynucleotides. To improve the stability of polycation based DNA. It is a very important polynucleotide. So that polycation based DNA delivery complexes in dispersion, block and graft copolymers containing segments from polycations and non-ionic water-soluble polymers like PEO, polyethylene oxide. They were developed using these water-soluble polymers. Binding of these copolymers with the DNA results in the formation of micelle-like block ionomer complexes. Micelle-like block ionomer complexes called polyion complex micelles. So these polyion complex micelles containing hydrophobic sites formed by the polycation neutralized DNA and hydrophilic sites hydrophilic sites formed by the copolymer, that is PEO chains. Despite neutralization of charge, complexes remain stable in aqueous dispersion due to the effect of the polyethylene oxide chains, that is the outer shell of the polymer micelles. So overall, this PEO modified polycation DNA complexes, they are going to form stable dispersions and do not interact with serum proteins. That means they will not cause any side effects. So these systems were used successfully for intravitreal delivery of an antisense oligonucleotide and suppression of gene expression in retina in rats. Again, they displayed extended plasma clearance kinetics, and they were shown to transfect liver and tumor cells after systemic administration inside the body. in addition to that, there is a possibility of targeting of such complexes, that is called polyplexes, to specific receptors at the surface of the cell. Say for example, by modifying the free ends of PEO chains with specific targeting ligands. So alternatively, to increase binding of these complexes with the cell membrane and the transport of these polynucleotides inside the cells, the polycations were modified with amphiphilic pluronic molecules. So in a study, it has been shown that a potential of pluronic polyethylene imine based micelles for in vivo delivery of antisense oligonucleotides to tumors, and demonstrated sensitization of the tumors to radiotherapy as a result of systemic administration of these oligonucleotide loaded micelles. So this is something about the drug delivery through micelle, that is polymeric micelles, and applications of these polymeric micelles with the drugs in various conditions or various areas. And now you see that the drug is checked under research level. Now the drug is ready for clinical use. That is, you have to check it in animal model first. After that, that drug has to be checked in human system. For that, you have to go for clinical trials. So we are going to see about clinical trials of these drugs. That is, how far these drugs are having efficacy or safety in human system. So that is about clinical trials of the drugs. So 3 polymer micelle formulations used for used for cancer. They are called anti-cancer drugs. These anti-cancer drugs have been reported to reach clinical trials. So after formulation, after checking in the animal system, and they have these anti-cancer drugs, they have finally reached this clinical trials stage. The doxorubicin conjugated polymer micelles, and already we have seen the doxorubicin. It's a very important drug, and it is conjugated with the copolymer micelles, and it is used as a carrier. So this doxorubicin conjugated polymer micelles, you see that it has progressed recently to phase 1 clinical trial. So if you go to clinical trials, in clinical trials you will be having phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like that. Even for checking this vaccine for coronavirus, you see that it has to be checked in several stages. In clinical trials, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like that you have to go. So here this drug under phase 1 stage clinical trial at the National Cancer Center Hospital, Tokyo in Japan, it was done. The micelle carrier, that carrier is NK911. NK911 is based on PEOB polyaspartic acid block copolymers, in which the aspartic acid units were partially, that is almost 45%, substituted with doxorubicin to form hydrophobic block. The resulting substituted block copolymer forms micelles that are further non-covalently loaded with free doxorubicin. So preclinical studies in mice, preclinical studies, that is studies done in animal system, it's called preclinical. Once the drug is successfully crossed animal study, that is preclinical studies, it has to come for clinical trials. So in preclinical studies in mice, demonstrated higher NK911 activity against colon 26, M5076 and P388 compared to the free drug. Additionally, this NK911 has less side effects, resulting in less animal body and toxic death than the free drug. So the pluronic micelle formulation of doxorubicin, it has been most advanced clinically. Based on the in vivo efficacy evaluation, this pluronic L61 was selected for clinical development for the treatment of MDR cancers. So the final block copolymer formulation is a mixture of 0.25% pluronic L61 and 2% pluronic F127 formulated in isotonic buffered saline solution. So this system contains mixed micelles of L61 and F127 with an effective diameter of 22 to 27 nanometer, and it is stable in the serum. So prior to administration, this doxorubicin is mixed with this system. This is this composition system, which results in spontaneous incorporation of the drug inside the micelles. So the drug is easily released by diffusion after dilution of the micelles. So this formulation of doxorubicin with this pluronic SP 1049C is safe following systemic administration based on toxicity studies in animals. A two-site phase 1 clinical trial. Phase 1 clinical trial of this SP 1049C, it has been completed. So based on its results, the dose limiting toxicity of this SP 1049C was myelosuppression reached at 90 milligram per meter cube. That is the maximum dose tolerable dose or tolerated dose. It was 70 milligram per meter square, 70 mg. In the phase 2 study, that is phase 2 study of this same formulation to treat inoperable metastatic adenocarcinoma of the esophagus, that is in the esophagus, that is in the alimentary canal. It is close to completion, phase 2 study. So finally in phase 1 studies, it was reported for Genoxol PM, a chromophore free polymer micelle formulated paclitaxel. 21 patients they entered into this phase 1 study with lungs, colorectal, breast, ovary and esophagus cancers. There is different types of cancers. For them, the phase 1 studies were carried out. No hypersensitivity reactions were observed in these people. There are some allergic reactions. Hypersensitivity means allergy reaction. No hypersensitive reactions were observed in any of these patients. So neuropathy and myalgia were the most common toxicities. There were 14% partial responses. The paclitaxel area under the curve and peak of the drug concentration in blood were increased with escalating dose, suggesting linear pharmacokinetics for Genoxol PM. That is another drug. So now you see that drug delivery through micelle formulation, that is polymeric micelle formulations, and what are all the areas it is applied, and after that animal study it has to enter into clinical trials. So all these things are we have seen, and the final conclusion is that about 2 decades have passed, 20 years have passed since the consumption of the polymer micelle conjugates and the nano containers for drug delivery. During the first decade, that is first 10 years, only few studies were published. However, more recently, the number of publications in this field, that is polymeric micelle field, has increased drastically. During this period, novel biocompatible and biodegradable block copolymer chemistries have been researched. The block ionomer complexes capable of incorporating DNA and other charged molecules have been discovered. So the pGates and other chemical signal sensitive micelles have been developed. Many studies focused on use of polymer micelles for delivery of poorly soluble and toxic chemotherapeutic drugs, any agents, to the tumors to treat cancer. There has been considerable advancement in understanding of the process of polymer micelle delivery into the tumors, including passive and vectorized targeting of the polymer micelles. So the notable achievements also include the studies demonstrating the possibilities of overcoming multi-drug resistance in case of cancer and enhance drug delivery to the brain using block copolymer micelle systems. So overall, it is very clear that this area, that polymeric micelle drug delivery area, has reached a mature stage, which is reinforced by the fact that several human clinical trials using polymer micelles for cancer drug delivery, it has been initiated. At the same time, it is obvious that the possibilities for drug delivery and delivery of the diagnostic and therapeutic agents using polymer micelles are extremely broad, and one should expect further increase in the laboratory and clinical research. We need further research in this field during the next decade, the next 10 years. So targeting polymer micelles to cancer sites within the body will address an urgent need to greatly improve the early diagnosis and treatment of any type of cancer. Capabilities for the discovery and use of targeting molecules will support the development of multifunctional therapeutics that can carry and retain anti-neoplastic agents within tumors. So this will also be instrumental in developing novel biosensing and imaging modalities for the early detection, that is the earlier detection of cancer and other devastating other human diseases.
Dear viewers, in this video session we have seen about polymeric micelles used in drug delivery applications. We have seen various types of drug delivery applications. So with that, I am going to stop this session. I'll be coming back to you in the another session. Until then, it is bye from KNS Biochemistry. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all. Vanakkam.